So let's see. So I don't know if you can hear me or not, but there's a constant chirping coming from your mic, Walt. There it is. So I'm not sure what you just did, but it went away. But you can probably hear me, and if you talk and your mic is set up, I can probably hear you. And for those watching the stream, I am working through voice call with somebody. And we'll be starting the stream here in just a minute. There it is. Can you hear me? Hey, welcome. Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome to the 21st century, Walt. So, but yeah, you can use this to make calls that way if someone else is on Discord and you're friends with them, or they're on the same server. You can hop in a voice chat with them this way. Yeah, not a problem. Hey, if my parents didn't have me, they would have no idea how to record something on VHS. So all right, well, I'm gonna hop off, and I've got a stream that I'm gonna go on here, and but it was good chatting with you. Yep, take care. Alrighty. So I think it's time to start the stream. Let me see if we've got stuff up and running. Make sure Twitch is up. Twitch is up. And I think we are ready to go. Turn this down just a smidge so I can hear myself think. Make sure nobody's got any questions here. All right. See how many times I have to reconnect the microphone today. And there we go. Oh, look, my oh, nope, it is working. Let's get Snaz up and running here. I think we're about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours into this. So I'm going to reset my chrono here. We're just going to say like 4¼ hours. That's how long we're into this. Oh, and it's not a permit set anymore. It is conceptual set. There we go. So, welcome to the stream. Another day, another project. We're working on trying to put a second floor and a new garage on this ranch house without making it look not ranch. So this is the original house here. We're gonna throw a garage on over here. And we have some challenges with this because we're already pretty close to the setback, and I have a feeling we're not going to be able to get as much garage as they really want on here, but that's going to be for later down the road. We're going to have to figure that out once we get a survey and whatnot. So I'm just going to pull up this project in terms of some photographs. And one of the big issues that I'm having right now is that ranch is typically not a two-story mass. And it's definitely typically not a one-story mass with a very predominant two-story mass in the middle of it. So we're having to deal with that. So let's see if I've got a picture over here. I didn't really do myself any favors with the photos here. You can kind of see here, I think we're about, boy, it seems a lot closer than it really is. What's the, let me look this project up and see where we're at. Just to kind of verify. Well, I'm pretty sure that's not the address. So this is about 20 feet right here. So yeah, I'd say, man, I'd say we only got about 12 feet of space for this garage to go in. I'm not really sure how what I'm showing is going to work. All right. I kind of did this based on, so 34, and I'm coming out about 20. I did this based on basically scaling the sitemap. Essentially took this and I brought it into Revit and scaled it, and that's how I got the current layout of the house. So we'll see if this is accurate or not. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot tighter than we really want it to be. I know it looks a bit like a hot mess right now, but we're trying to get the layout. They want to add an office and a workout room on the first floor, and living quarters upstairs. And part of the issue is that if we go and just put all of that above the second floor, then we have a huge mass here with this little mass here, and this becomes, you know, an addition, and we really don't want that. We don't want it to look like an add-on here. We want it to look like an add-on here. Kind of above, like all of this right here would be preferable. It's like I almost want to take I think I want to bring this mass straight up here instead of it kind of offsetting here. Let's see what happens when we do that. Part of me wants to bring it like all the way back here so it deletes this whole roof and you just end up with and this is kind of common, this little, just this single shed slope entry right here. And that wouldn't be horrible. You just see it. I'm gonna have to split these into two roofs. There's no way around that. Although what I could do for now, we're gonna do an in-place model in this is front roof demo. And then I'm just gonna create a void that cuts that roof. So we're gonna come, sure, why not? All the way back there. And then let's come to here. And this is just gonna be a temporary delete for that roof. I'm just gonna cut that and that. Ah, I gotta put it in the freaking. Oh geez. So in order for this to work, I've got to move this to the design option, which I should probably do anyway because it's going to affect it. Sure, why not? So I want to give them two options. There's going to be one that's nice and simple, and there's going to be one that's kind of like, okay, what if we went beyond the bounds of what you envisioned, and we kind of made it work as effectively as possible. So let's copy Edit. Let's just do this. I don't really know where that meets, and I'm not going to worry about it too much. Well, let's just do this. Let's just take a line and bring it back right there. And that'll be our close enough line for now. We don't want it to slope though. Yo. Cancel. Dear Autodesk, why does escape not equal cancel? I don't understand that. All right, now we can say that this roof is gone, as well as this. Oh man, my mouse is jacked up again. There we go. Nope. There it goes. That's so funny. It didn't take the gutter and the... Here, let's just do this. I swear. So we're going to take this and we're just going to move it to the design options. Fine. Whatever. Can this go? Can the gutters go there now? Whatever. So apparently we got rid of our roof over here. Whoa. Oh, you know what? Existing. And okay, so that's all good now. So we're going to get rid of this stuff here, and my gutter is gone again. Still too tall. I've got a 6'8" plate here, which is already short, and proportion wise it's still just too tall. I almost wish, and I think what was working so well earlier was that the slope of this roof kind of matched with what was going on here. So this kind of came up here. In fact, I wonder if I just want to... It's like if I did that, if we raise that entrance up a little bit, I think that that would really help that look. And it actually makes this look a little bit taller too. And see, this garage is so tiny. For the cars that they want to put in there. Which way is this stair going? It's going up that way. And this ends up being maybe that's the workout room. This is a kind of a small office here. But doing this, I think, is a bad idea. Oh, that's right. That's why I did that. Because having this right by the stair ends up being a pretty bad idea as well. Man, there's just not a really good solution here. What happens if I flip this? Okay. And it comes up. We still have to. Basically, this happens if I do that. I end up needing to bring this over here. Let me just check. What about now? I'm not sure why. Maybe I wasn't having audio before. Okay, try that again. working. And that seems to be working as well. All right. It would be kind of clean to just take all this off. The big issue that we're going to end up having with this project is this is all trusses here and here. So we're going to have to redesign or rebuild the roofing all the way across here in order to add this structure. I think I also need to kind of work with the massing here a little bit, but I want to get the rooms laid out first. So the second floor. It just says living quarters, so I'm not sure if that means. So I mean, clearly we're gonna have to have a bathroom and a bedroom up there. I don't know if that also means like a playroom and a den. So I think we're gonna have to kind of take a stab at this. So if this comes up here. First of all, let's split this up a little bit. And let's see here, what's the distance between these? One foot. So that's 6.75. I have a feeling that I did not do my math correctly. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Oh, actually, maybe I did do my math correctly. It's gonna be like plus or minus a quarter of an inch or something like that. That's fine. Piece of crap. Oh, I got a phone call I need to take. Good afternoon, this is Carl. Hey Pam, how are you doing? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What was that? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I've got you on I took you off speaker.
No, that's okay. I think it was on my end. It was kind of breaking up a little bit. It likes to do that when I switch to Bluetooth.
Okay,
so.
Yeah. I I have troubles in my. Yeah. So we have some things to talk about. Is this a good time?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me pull up.
You want to go first and tell me about your project? Yeah.
Yeah, let me pull this up real quick. I appreciate you getting back to me. I know the beginning of the year is really crazy. People trying to get permits through and whatnot. So I appreciate you taking the time to get back to me. So
no problem.
this is in regards to
Pappy's Garage.
Pappy's, yeah. And there's two different permits that we're trying to sort through. Man, I'm having trouble pulling these up real quick. What do you have both of those LODs in front of you, or do you want me to give you the numbers?
Well, I'm only aware of one right now. It's the 57658, and that's the let's see what we got here. What is this? Well, this has been issued. Okay, wait a second. 57658. That is for 1502 East 2nd Street. Is that where Pappy's is?
No, I think.
Or am I on the wrong permit?
Yeah, I think.
I think I'm on the totally the wrong permit.
Yeah, that sounds like one of Cliff Beam's projects that I helped with.
Oh, okay. Let me get out of there and let's just get that out of my way. Where should I be?
The application number that I have is BLDC 075382.
Okay, great.
And that's at 1538 South Sheridan.
Right. Yeah. I just had the wrong thing up. I needed your help, though. Okay. So, 75382. Okay, so actually, I think I do have the correct letter. Yeah, I got the right letter open, and we are on Pappy's Garage. Is that still
correct?
Right?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't on.
So I have the drawings and the. Yeah, I was wandering off in a certain direction, but you got me back. So I have the drawings and my letter open.
Okay, great.
How can I help you?
So here's what there's two entities that are involved here. One is the tenant, Pappy's Garage, and the other is the building owner. The drawings that I believe you have they're stamped by a structural engineer, and they were submitted to retroactively permit a porch canopy that was added to the back of the building. Are we on the same page right now? Does that sound familiar?
Okay, well, I mean, I have R1 open. I see it as a one-page engineered sheet, and I wasn't sure of the history of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so does it say R1
Shane
or is
King.
it S1? Yeah, Shane King.
Oh, yeah, R1 is my lingo.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're
Gotcha.
Right. It's S1.
Yeah. Okay, so there's that add-on that was intended to retroactively have that permitted, and then there's another permit that is also at play in here, which is for the tenant space of Pappy's Garage, which is in this same building. So
how wonderful to know this. No, I don't. This is news to me.
Yeah, and I think that's why there's kind of a hang up going on with this. Let me give you the history of what's happened. The owner of Pappy's Garage was trying to get permit for it was very minimal work. It was basically I think they were adding a new bar. So originally this space was already a bar, so the usage stayed the same, and the open seating and occupancy pretty much stayed the same, but they were adding a new bar space. And what happened was when they submitted that permit, they found that this porch addition had been added since the last time this space or the building had been permitted. So
right. Surprise.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so what's happened is the tenant informed the building owner that they could not get a CO because this porch addition was not permitted. Um, and so now the building owner is trying to retroactively get this permitted. They had a structural engineer come out and take a look at the drawings, and that's what you're seeing on your permit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So, well, it gives me some good backstory. I don't think it changes any comments. Are you thinking that it would, or
so what? Well, no. What I'm trying. So what I've been hired to do is basically sort through what needs to happen in order for all of this to be okayed. Now, what I want to make sure I understand correctly is because a lot of these comments were almost as if we were re-permitting the entire shell construction. Things like the space needing to show at 6,000 square feet, and the entire thing is assembly. Let me bring.
Help me.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm doing too here. Okay. So you want to see a site plan. I understand that, and this is for the having the porch, the canopy. What would y'all consider that, a canopy or like a porch cover?
Well, canopy is a code-defined term.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So I would call it canopy, and looking at the code definition of floor area growth, and building area, it's expanding both the area of the building and the fire area. Because of the roof covering, even though there's not, I can't even remember. Are there walls here? I can't remember.
Are there what?
Are walls?
No, there are no walls. It's open to the exterior.
Yeah. So I just couldn't remember. Is why I was asking you that question.
Yeah.
But if you look at the building code in Chapter 2 definitions, which I'm going to go to right now, to bolster here my. But building area, it well, I'd like to get down to it if I can. Give me a second. Area building. The area included within surrounding exterior walls or exterior walls and firewalls, exclusive of vent shafts and courts. Areas of the building not provided with surrounding walls shall be included in the building area if such areas are included within the horizontal projection of the roof or floor above. So I'm understanding this. I mean, we're not going to, it's still outdoor dining, so by policy, plumbing fixtures are not the concern. But I do understand this to be something we just need to check all our boxes on the building area and fire area.
Sure.
Aspects of it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, say that. So the fire area what?
Well, that's, I believe, I'm using memory here, which is dangerous, but 707.
Yeah.
Is what I was. Yeah, there it is in my letter. Yeah. So, worst case scenario. Well, okay, I better not say that.
Yeah,
It's pretty bad.
I'm not gonna record something you say and say, well, Pam said we could do this. I'm going to go by code also. I'm going to. We've worked together on projects, but my due diligence is I'm going to go back and make sure that we do it right. Also, I'm not going to put you in a spot where
No.
I'm.
Yeah. I mean, the truth is that when I do, I'm not very good at speaking off the top of my head, and I can't get myself in some hot water, so that's
right.
my concern. But I'm thinking that we just need to see. Okay, so what I was going to say is, worst case scenario, you might have to put some 2-hour walls up between your tenant and the adjacent one. And perhaps it can be done on one side.
Yeah, and I'm not sure.
If it's not already there, it might
right.
be. If if you have an existing fire area, I mean, unless there's something I'm not thinking about.
So I think that's where some of this disconnect is happening, because you're talking about tenant walls, but it appears that a lot of these notes are about the shell code of the code pertaining to the shell of the building.
Okay, so guide me into which give me a specific. Tell me specific. Give me a comment.
So comment number 5 and comment number 9 talks about the occupancy being 6,000 square feet or more than 5,000 square feet, and that's true for the whole building, but it's not true for just Pappy's garage.
But 506 is about building area.
Right. Yes.
And yeah. So and blah, blah, blah. So yes, you do need to address this, but what I am guessing, I'm looking at item 5 specifically.
Yep.
Just looking at my letter, I'm saying the allowable 6,000. It looks like it's 69.59, or maybe it's a little less. We can talk about that. I don't know what it is. You would have to tell me.
Well,
the thing is like the assessor's website shows outside face of wall to outside face of wall.
Yeah.
Building area is inside face of wall to inside face, but
right.
Also you need to include your new addition.
Right. So what?
You probably know of them.
Yeah. Well, part of the problem is that I originally started working just with the Pappy's garage permit, and so I actually don't know the measurements of the shell building yet. I haven't gone out and measured them because I'm just now being involved in this. So what I'm trying to figure out is I don't think for sure that all of the occupancy in this building is A2. So because it's a multi-tenant building.
It would be either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, that was,
a fine point.
And that was the comment though, is that it's a Type 5B building with an A2 occupancy. So what I have to figure out now is this, or do we need to approach the permitting or the retroactive permitting of this canopy from a full building standpoint, or just the tenant space of Pappy's garage standpoint?
No, you're still in the tenant space, but you might have to enlarge your thinking to include the whole building. I mean, you do have to, because what is this item number 6? Frontage increase. I mean, you may have. I don't know whether you do or not, but you might have adequate frontage increase to say 69.59 or whatever the actual area is. Complies with its frontage increase, but we just have to go through the hoops and do the math to find out. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
So I understand that, but that brings me back to that frontage increase is for the whole building, right? Not.
Yes. That is true. Yes, that is true. So okay. So no, these are good questions.
I think based on the way you're responding to my questions, is it makes me feel better that it seems like you're starting to see too that we're not sure whether or not the permit for the canopy we need to really dig into, like, hey, here's the full building stuff, or here's just the tenant space stuff, because I think it was done from how it's connected to Pappy's garage, the tenant space, and not how it's connected to the full building, which is why I think a lot of these comments were brought through. So what would
so I'm not sure that I'm tracking you just yet, because from where I sit, this is an enlargement of the Pappy's tenant space. It's an enlargement of the fire area, the unknown fire area in the building, and it's an enlargement of the building area. I mean,
right, yeah, it's kind of all three.
Yeah, from where I sit, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess what I need to be able to go back and tell the building owner is because the building owner submitted this thinking that he was just trying to get Pappy's garage permitted, but all the comments that came back were about the shell building itself. So what what I need to figure out is, like, we're talking about whether or not it requires a sprinkler, but the sprinkler is there's no sprinkler there currently. I think.
I my hunch is you can get through this without a sprinkler.
Sure.
So you just have to,
I have to show the calculations.
I mean, yeah, and maybe put a few extra layers of gyp on.
Sure.
I mean, that's my hunch, but of course I don't know for sure.
Right, and I guess that's kind of part two of this question is, am I gonna have to go back to the building owner and say, hey, because this porch is on, all of your tenants are gonna have to put an extra layer of gyp, or we're gonna have to verify that you have 2 hour separation on everything.
Well, you have to verify.
Yeah.
But and were you here? Were you around when Paul Enix was here?
Yes.
Anyway,
I don't think I worked with him that much, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he was my mentor, and I'm like, how do you even tell if it's a brick or wall, and so what he says is, one trick. Well, there's 2 tricks that I remember, and you probably already know them, but I'm gonna say them anyway. One, of course, is to pop up the ceiling tile and look and see the continuity of the wall. But the other thing is to take off an outlet cover and see if you can tell how many layers of gyp there are there.
Right.
Well, to me, that was like really interesting.
Yeah, no,
I appreciate it.
No, but I mean, those are great points.
It's hard to tell. Is all I'm saying. It is hard to tell.
Absolutely.
But so I've a little bit wandered off. Can you guide me back in to answering what unanswered questions we have here?
Yeah. So.
Because okay. So 508, Carl. 508. That's mixed use and occupancy.
Mm-hmm.
So, all buildings have to comply with that.
Right,
and so it's
exactly.
either one of those 3 things. It's not going to be accessory. It's either going to, this is what happens when I start talking out loud.
I think
go ahead.
It feels like what might help you guys out is if we do a full analysis of what's in the building right now, giving you the occupancy and the calculations for each one, to help determine what needs to happen to get the canopy permitted. Does that seem like it would help?
Okay,
or
so here's what I think. I mean, I wouldn't go too far. I would the first thing I'm going to be looking for is frontage increase. So I'm going to look for that on the site. Fire separate. Distance from building to property lines. That sort of thing. I'll be looking for that.
Yep.
What you're talking about is extremely helpful, and it may be where we end up. But at this point, I would just say, like, barber, subway shop, blah blah blah. I mean, I wouldn't go too far into it because it's not going to change the fire area rule.
I guess that's true. Yeah, but. And I think what's throwing me is that because in the comment we talked about it being A2, usage. I feel for some reason to me it seems like that what that usage is going to be, and if it varies from tenant to tenant, that might be part of the consideration about whether or not this is going to be permitted.
Well, and absolutely, and I mean, and you're speaking directly out of 508, but. I think we have multiple regulations, and they're not. There's not like a real obvious tie-in, at least not to me at this moment.
Right, exactly.
But I mean, you're thinking really well. I'm glad you're thinking like that. I mean, and feel free to. But right now, I think you can get there with just clarity about the fire area and frontage increase. But if the frontage increase doesn't work out, the thing that you're talking about just now is critical.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I think I think I know how to address that and how we can move forward with that. Are you able to peek into another LOD that doesn't have your name on it that's involved in the same project?
I don't know. Well, let's find out.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet I can.
Let's be adventurous. This one is through Adam, and I haven't contacted Adam yet because it feels like we have to take care of the canopy thing before we take care of the rest of it. But the application number is COO-067937.
06937.
Sorry, 067937.
It sounded like you said euro.
Sorry,
See,
0.
I'm thinking we're 069. I've missed something.
Yeah, 067. 937.
I don't know. I'm getting old.
There's a lot of numbers in there.
Okay. That's what I think. Okay. I'm going to take a look now. I hate COs. And I don't understand that so well. But I'm going to look at his letter if I can.
And I'm looking at LOD number 1.
It's not posted. I don't know.
I'm not aware of any.
He might have put it as notes or something.
Oh, you don't see.
Sometimes you can put things in notes. I don't even know where, but.
So you don't see an LOD.
He did not post an LOD from himself.
Oh, interesting.
I see one from Chuck. But I everything else is just stuff uploaded by Nicole or Braden. I see that
it's and it's 067937. It should be the same address, 1538 South Sheridan.
Yeah, sometimes here he is. He's made a note, so he does it differently than some of us. He didn't write a letter. He posted a comment, and here's his comment says LOD number 2, 5 items emailed to applicant. I personally cannot see what they are.
Sure, yeah, no, I understand that.
And he did. I probably did the same thing the first go round. I'd like to see it.
Let's
so whatever,
see here.
I don't like that. I'd like to see it.
I can email it to you.
But I see.
If that will help, but I'm sure I can email it to you if that will help. But I'm sure also probably at some point getting Adam involved in this because I think part of the issue that we were having was the fact that this canopy was not permitted, was not a permitted construction.
Yes, and that's one of the things he does in the CO reviews is he'll look. I mean, if it looks like it did the last record we have, I don't know. I really hate COs. I don't know, but I don't like them.
Oh man.
It's kind of weird, but yeah, you're going to need to talk to him because what may happen is he's going to say you're going to need a building permit for this.
Yeah.
And then you get in the back of the line all over again.
Yeah,
and I mean he can't help it. He's just done his job. He's got a whole lot of stuff on his desk.
Yeah, and I think so. I think part of the mix-up was, and I don't know, the building owner might have done it correctly, but I think what they did is they submitted for a building permit instead of submitting the documents for the patio, the canopy, under the same application for the CO. So it's gone through as...
Well, the CO would, the patio would have to have a building permit.
Right, exactly. But I think what happened is there was no coordination on that. So yeah. I don't even know that Adam's aware that building permit has been put in, and I don't know, maybe through the process it doesn't matter, but I think that the building owner without direction just went in and submitted a building permit thinking that that was the action that needed to happen, and they were a little baffled. they were a little baffled by all the comments that came back. So we'll because I think what happened was I think that they originally had instruction. I don't know from either from Adam or somebody that they were talking to at Development Services that you need to do a review of the patio and send that to us so we can give a building permit. So I think that's what happened is they just had a structural engineer come in and verify that the structure was per code, and then they submitted that thinking that that was what was needed, and now we have to go back and review that in relationship to the rest of the building is what it sounds like.
Right, and as I recall, I mean, I can't remember if it degraded the building type or not, but that's always something to look into.
You mean the construction type?
Yeah. Building type, construction type.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the original permit because I'm not sure what the original was either.
Well, so I don't. Yeah, right. So I've seen something that has caused me to call it 3B, which is a really high construction classification. It's similar to 2B, but just I'm asking you as a professional, just keep on the lookout because what 3B requires is 2-hour rated non-combustible construction around the perimeter. Now you can use. I'm sorry if this is maybe we already talked about this in the letter, but
nope, not yet.
I'm seeing it now and it's making me want to talk about it. You can have 2-hour rated walls built out of fire retardant treated wood,
right,
or masonry, but it's got to be anyway. It allows you a lot of area. So I'm looking at this as though with the 3D, and if you see something that suggests it's not.
Let me see. Are you talking about in your letter, or are you talking about in the newest letter that I just brought up?
I'm just talking about I'm looking in Energov, the computer system.
Okay.
I'm looking at it on my side under 75302, which is the patio.
Okay. And it's listed as 3B on there?
Well, I am, but I couldn't tell you why right now because I haven't been thinking about this project recently. So I don't remember why I put that there.
I'm trying to see.
But I'm saying if you see something that means it's not that, that's what we demonstrate in this building area, and the building type is important.
So is that something that I can request from y'all? Is what this shell currently is permitted as construction type? It's not.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would not recommend that because see, we do dip into our archives, but they're imperfect and incomplete.
Yeah, I get that.
I was working on another project where I'm like, I see this, and I also see this.
Yeah.
You do prove that with both.
I'm just trying to.
And if we see something that's not right,
yeah.
I mean, we'll dip into it, and it can inform us, but
absolutely.
You can't.
No, I'm just trying to think of ways to keep the owner from having to spend a ton of money to do a review of the building that's already permitted.
No, I hope that I really think that it might be. I don't know. I may.
Yeah.
Paul, I'm sorry. I have to ask you this. I'm a little confused. Did you guys come that with
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Did your company do the work on the Tasco across the street from us?
Yeah, I worked on that. I worked on it under another company. But yes, I'm the same person that worked on that on the permit set.
Because for some reason I've got you as CARL in one place and KYLE in another, and I'm like,
nope. That I haven't been mistaken for a Kyle since my first grade teacher could not get me and Kyle differentiated. There was a Kyle in my first grade class, and but bless her soul, she could not keep us separated the entire year. She didn't know which one was Carl and which one was Kyle. But no.
But that's the two of you though. There's Carl and Kyle.
Nope. I'm not sure who Kyle is.
Damn, this is so freaking confusing. But if you worked on, yeah. So anyway, I mean, we may have it just shown wrong on the Otasco because it was like, I swear to God, somewhere in our records this came away. Anyway, this won't be the first or the last time we have that conversation.
It's okay.
But we do need to talk about Otasco, but only when you're done with this one.
Okay. You mean like when we're done on this phone call, or later on when I'm done with this project?
Yeah, well, no, like, I mean, have I answered your questions adequately? I'm happy.
We're probably going to have another conversation once I get more information to the owner and kind of explain to them that we're going to have to go through this whole process. I think part of what they were hopeful for, even though I told them not to be too hopeful for, was that I would be able to come in and say, hey, we just need this for the tenant space, but you guys definitely need to make sure that it meets the requirements for the shell, the addition of the canopy to the shell itself. So I'm going to go back and tell them that we need to go back and do the due diligence, make sure we do our site plan, that if we need frontage increase, which I don't think we do based on what's on there, and we need to show how it affects the fire area. What I'm going to probably need help from you.
So may I interject? Let me interject.
Please do.
So as far as I know right now, your fire area is that whole building area.
Right, and that's what I have to go back and calculate. And what I will need direction from you on eventually is, do I need to show all the different tenant spaces for this building permit, or do we just need to approach it as though it is a approximately 6,000 square foot building that we're adding a canopy on? Which is going to be the best way for us to approach it for the building permit?
I think the simplest, cheapest is if you can say insurance agent, sublet, just write. You don't have to go into their spaces or measure anything or get square footages. Just call them out, and if you know the suite number, or if it has a suite number, if that's how it works.
Sure.
Show that on the plan, but that's all I would do.
Okay.
And because I'm optimistic that we're going to get there before having to go through the sum of ratios. But if we have to go through the sum of ratios, you having even that sparse information on the plans will help me do some rudimentary calculations.
Okay. So I think going
rudimentary.
Yeah. If everything was rudimentary. If only. Okay, so I'm going to go through and I'm going to let them know that we need to do that, and we'll update the drawings to include the stuff, the calculations that you're talking about, and we'll continue approaching it as a whole building and as a addition to the shell, not an addition to Pappy's. And then once we get the building permit, we'll address what that means for the tenant space Pappy's. Does that work?
Well, I mean, honestly, I think it works in tandem. I mean, because what I have, as I recall, is a permit for the enlargement of Pappy's. But
you're right. You're absolutely right.
The waves, the waves that roll out. That I have to look at the building as a whole. So I think you could stay within your permit and just give me a little more information.
Okay.
Let's just figure out how to make this approved. I say all that. I don't remember looking at it. I mean, I don't remember what I wrote. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
I've been looking at a lot of stuff.
No, I'm sure you've got a ton of these that you're probably looking at. I don't expect you to memorize every single one of them.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
I can barely memorize all the projects that I work on, so. Man, I'll tell you what, I went on a 1.5 week long trip over the holidays, and when I came back, it was like, you try to remember your locker combination in school when you come back from Thanksgiving or Christmas. I had to go back and reread all of my notes on the projects just to remember what I was supposed to be working on.
Oh, that sounds delightful.
Oh, yeah.
Take me Calico, take me away. Anyway.
Okay. So I'm going to take a stab at this, and we're going to get this information that you requested back to you, and then we might have to take another stab at it after that. Who knows? But at least
that's absolutely fine. But while I have you, we have to talk about Otasco.
Okay, let's do it.
It's blowing it up over a month.
Oh no.
We need an addendum. We need it appears that lots of things have happened without a permit.
Oh boy,
So,
I hate hearing that. I really do. I wish
yeah.
I wish I was more involved with the project. And I don't mean this in a derogatory way, Pam, but just to kind of let you know what's going on. The owner and contractor hired us on we only want to pay you for what we absolutely minimally need for a permit.
Right. Okay.
Which, as you know, there's a big difference between a permit set and a construction set. So we never provided a construction set for that project. It was permit only. So we know that, kind of to our disappointment, that a lot of things have been built that don't match what we had originally thought was going to be built in a certain way. It's still to the permit documents that we're aware of. I know that they had some issues with like the second floor canopy, but there were some changes to like tenant spaces and the layouts and things like that we had thought was going to happen. So I want to try to help as much as I can. The contractor and owner haven't reached out to me.
You're not on the job. I don't know what to say right now.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you from what I've heard is that there's a bunch of build out on the first floor, but then also that garage door on the west side was not permitted, and they've punched holes on the north side where it's right up against the property line, and that's not permitted. The garage door that's facing the municipal building wasn't permitted? City Hall. Yeah. No, I wasn't on the set. Really? Not that I can find. I made a set with that on there. Well, you might want to check your records. When I looked at mine, I saw no. And I don't know whether it can be permitted or not. I need an addendum to look at 705.8. Openings, allowable amount of openings based on the fire separation distance. So so from somebody, and I may end up just having to talk to the contractor, and maybe he'll call you or whatever. But I need a site plan, and I need revised elevations, and I need all kinds of things to be able to. Pam, can I ask you what the date is on the set that you're looking at? Yeah. Let me find it. I'm not. Which project was it? So I've been looking on these other projects. Do you remember it's 211 East Second, is it, or what? I gotta either find the project number or the 201 East 2nd Street. Thank you. So for this project, as I recall, I just have the shell and the brook permits. Man, I can't believe we've been working on this project since 2018. Yeah, right. This is. And I mean, it's looking bad. We're going to get some fries soon, but I hope. So somebody has filed an addendum. I need to pull that in. I told them they need. Well, how the hell did they do that without you? Well, I have made some addendums. We can't modify. I don't know. What's that? We got issues. We can't have one. I have created addendums for them. Oh. For the project, yeah. So. Okay. Well, I haven't looked at this yet. I need to pull it into my name and look at it. Maybe your name's associated with it. It says it's building renovation added corridor, and boy, there's a lot of R's and D's in there. Yeah, is the date June 8th maybe? Well, I haven't been able. I have to download the documents to see. Okay. I think we're going to be talking again. Yeah. So I have. Let me give you kind of what I've got. Let me see. Okay. Let me see when that garage door was added here. Thank you. Let's see. Garage door was added in revision 2, which was April of 2019. Okay. Well, I'll look at that. I don't see any record of it having been submitted as a permit addendum,
Yeah.
but anyway, we'll
And
still
and
look
there's
at it.
been
And I
there's
don't,
been some
yeah,
stuff that has changed since then as well. And anytime that they add something, I've made sure that we updated the life safety and the path of egress and things like that, because I know that that was the big issue
yeah,
for the permit before was without tenant space. It was kind of tough to to show that. Actually,
yeah,
this April set
yeah.
does not have. Oh, that's the first revision. No, that's the second revision.
Well, I can tell you, I don't have a full grasp on it just yet, but I'm glad we've spoken, and
24th.
maybe you'll have some more work coming your way.
23. Boy, that'd be great. And Cliff and I have become pals, and there's no hard feelings between us
Good,
about them wanting to do minimum
good.
work. I understand that, but I have made it pretty clear that a lot of this could have been avoided if we were just hired to do it correctly the first time.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, good job. All right,
Oh,
all right.
man.
Well, I think let's just call this a productive chat, and
Yeah,
we'll
and
do it again.
if you,
When
you
you
have
can.
my email address. I don't know what. Yeah, when you look at the latest drawings, let me know if we need to go over anything, because I want to help out and make sure that it gets done. And I won't let Cliff get away with not paying me for something if it oversteps the work that I've already done. I'm going to correct any. If I've
Sounds
done
good.
something
Yeah, we'll
wrong,
just
I'm
keep
going
it
to
a file.
correct it. So,
All right.
well, this is
Well, I
interesting. I can't
appreciate
find
talking.
the.
I really do. You've helped me. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
it was great talking to you again, and look forward to getting this all figured out and squared away. And hopefully we don't have to do too much work on the shell for this.
Yeah, the pappy.
For the pappies, but we'll get it done and
Yeah.
we'll get it to you, and I'm sure we'll be talking again soon about that.
Okay, holler. Just email's best right now, but holler if any questions come up. All
Absolutely,
right.
will do. Thank you so much for your time, Pam.
Okay. You bet. Thank you.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Oh boy. Not really sure what to say about that. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in just a minute. Let's see. I need to check in with some people. So I think until I get a phone call from him, we're going to go back and work on this project. All right. Still really don't like this. It definitely needs this step or something. Let's get a floor up in here just so I'm not distracted by everything below. Maybe I should do it correctly. Oh, I need to finish sending an email. What's up, generic account 135? What does that symbol mean? Okay. You blizzard. You. All right. I think this is going to be yeah, I think that's about right. Post away. Uh-oh. Did it send or not? There it is. All right, and we're back to it. Probably not going to be a concrete floor. Probably going to be at least 2x10s, if not more. Let's just go ahead and bring it straight across here. I think don't I have Oh, that's right. I did not finish that. All right. So let's just square that off. And then we're going to do an in-place model for a roof. And we're basically, instead of splitting this roof up, we're going to do an in-place roof demolition. Kind of. It'll only kind of work. Oops. Go right here. And kind of is okay for what we're doing right now. So bring that up, turn it into a void, and we're going to cut the roof with that. And then let's just finish bringing that all the way up. There we go. I guess I'm going to have to put that wall. Oh, I need to finish the model. We need to, geez. That in both. Whatever. And does that go? There we go. But what we really want to do split that into two. And then this one goes away. Okay. And now for some reason I've got yet another roof here. this is one of the bad things about working in design options is that this button here says active only. As soon as I start a new command, it gets out of that active only mode. So the only way that I can modify this roof, which is not in this design option, is 100% manually. Which I might have to oh no, looks like I might be able to get away with it. Sometimes it feels like Revit it just very much actively doesn't want you to do your job. Alright, well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to go out of the design option and come in here and add this void. So let's see here. I'm gonna make a vertical opening in the roof here. So remember I was just talking about how sometimes Revit just doesn't want you to do your job? I think this is one of those moments. Of course, if I had just modeled this roof correctly to begin with, I wouldn't be having to do this. All right, progress. So kind of what I'd really like to happen here is to have a little bit of like a den space right here, and a bedroom. How much space do I have here? 10 feet right there. It's not a ton. That's plenty though. That's a good size room. Yeah, I know. Let's make this about 6 feet. And then I think we've got enough room for a bathroom right there, which makes all of this front-facing, like, public den space. Just put some railing right there, and it's open all the way down. I think the only issue with that is that it might be a little too open. Because then, well, it's just to the den though. It's not like, whoa, where'd my landing go? Oh, it deleted the landing when I squeezed the stairs together. I think this is fine. I kind of like this. And I think what I would like to do, even though it's probably not going to play nicely with those stairs, might work out okay. What I'd like to do is lower the plate on this side so that this roof lines up with the existing roof right there, and I think that's going to help us. It's going to kind of create a little bit of interest for people who are not OCD. For people who are OCD, I apologize in advance for what's about to happen. Let's see here. This needs to come down by 3 foot 4, 37/64. 37/64. So the question is, how much headspace do I have right here through that stair? I'd really like that to be facing the other way. So let's say that there is a stair, a landing right there. That's halfway between there and there. Close enough. 7 foot's enough. I think this might work out a-okay. All right, excuse me for just one moment. Alrighty. What I'm not too fond of is what that does for our window situation here on the outside. Let's make this like a 3020 or something like that. I mean, we're going to have some kind of dormer or something right here. Well, I don't want it to be referenced, I just want it to be demoed. All an instance. Okay. Oh, I see. That right there. Get it. And the problem we're gonna have to solve here with the roof drainage. Actually not as sure about this. What do you all think? We go in the right direction here? Perfect. What just happened? Granite, 3 feet. What do we think? Is that going in the right direction? Hmm. Curious. Let's just see. Oh my goodness. quite what I was hoping for. Let's see. I think I want to do instead. So I want to take that off. And we do want to define the slope. Okay, so we want both of those to define the slope. Oh, you know what? That was destined to fail. Because this is set on the second floor plate. So here's what we need to happen if we're going to do this in one roof. I'm not going to fix that yet, but that will be fixed. This is kind of what I had in mind. Was this kind of low slung look? I don't mind that much at all. And it will help kind of with everything that's going on here. Let's just go ahead and do this. The only thing with this is that I have a feeling we're going to end up needing another garage door right here. And we're also going to need a skylight right here with windows for the bedroom. Gotta have windows for the bedroom. which is going to be tough. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see here. So it would technically work if I did the other roof this way. The problem with this is that I have no egress to this bedroom now. And I have to have exterior egress for it to work. I don't want it on the front. I'd rather have it on the back. How do I fix that? I do like this better than this. Gotta get rid of this first. first glance, it looks like it was something that had been added onto several times. Yep, I agree. What about the second one? Let's see. We want to have some kind of, that's what we need to do. We need to do this. So let's take this all the way over. It's a good size closet there, and it's a good size den. Maybe this just is what it ends up being. I may need that dormer on over the entry on the second one. The first image reminds me very much of something that would be built in the 70s around Michael Graves' time. And I think it could be cleaned up, but I also like the, as you put it, fluidity of the second one. The second one looks like it was designed this way and not an addition. So I think the issue with this becomes they only get that one egress window right there. So I still have the awkwardness of the windows when I do this. So I haven't really helped myself much, even though this does work. That could become a pocket door. No. What we could do and would need to do, actually. That I don't like so much. Especially when you do that. Yeah. That's not going to work as well. Alright, in order to do this, I'm going to have to raise that roof. This does not work. No, that's not as bad. think I've gone beyond just making this nice and simple. I think I need to rename this. This is going to be blended. I think the nice and simple is going to be doing essentially exactly what they asked for, which was originally what I started out with. What? Did it not? That's what I thought. Why did nothing get copied? Says, is it because I've set the view up? There we go, that's why. That's why I was having trouble earlier too. Alright, so I'm going to let's just go ahead and delete this. Oh no, did I get disconnected? Guess not. All right. Let's go up to the second floor with this. It is in Oklahoma. Did I that in the wrong? Let's maybe put this in the right server. Just delete that message. Yep. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So this is just straight up, hey, here's what you asked me to do. And you can see why we're needing to be a little bit more diligent with what we want to do. I don't know that we have enough space this way for 2 rooms. 20 feet. How far is this? If we come out to about right here, 20, so 10 by 14-ish. Oh no, we still have the washer and dryer in the right spot. Excuse me for 1 second. I'll be right back. Wrong screen. You can see we've got a few problems with this. One is that we've got a drainage issue, so we would have to fix that, which it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to fix. But we also have let's just go ahead and bite this bullet. So we could do something like this. Nope, there's a door right there. We can't do that. I mean, we could always move this door. Hmm. I put both of those in the wrong place. The addition will be an attached 2-car garage with living quarters above. We currently have a side entry garage that we'd like to turn into an office gym with a door leading into the new garage and a staircase leading into the quarters above the new garage. The new garage would face forward with a possible overhead garage door on the back of the garage as well, leading into the backyard. The quarters above would also need a back exit leading into the backyard. Part of the issue here is this garage is tiny. You could almost say it's not a garage. This is going to be an interesting one for sure. whatever. Alright, let's see here. I think the view that I want is going to be from over here. I want this to be about, I don't know, 18 inches wide. Maybe not. Alright, this is just going to be called nice and simple. And then let's make visibility graphics on this nice and simple. That's fine. And now I can hide this. But apparently not all of it. Alright. Clearly this is not the way I want this to look, but we're just trying to get something set up right now. I need to get some sheets set up so that I can kind of move forward with the progress of this project, because it is not progressing right now. And it needs to be done. All right. Apparently this template is set up for a specific design option. So let's go change that. Design options. No, I should be able to change that. If I can find the right shortcut. Hmm. Don't have any area plans, man.
Do you want anything to snack on Quick Trip?
I don't know. Are you getting it right now?
I'm placing an order for the kitchens
not from
to
the
pick
kitchen,
up.
no.
Okay. Well, they have other stuff on here too, but
Okay.
if there's something that you wanted that I could put in here, I would. Otherwise, I'll just pick something up for you when we get there.
No, not that I can think of right now.
Okay. I'll just grab something for you if you decide you want something.
Thank you. Oh, of course I've already got those in there. All right. All right. Well, I'm not necessarily going for the postmodern look. I'm going for I have a ranch. I like the ranch. need a second story without destroying the look of the ranch. Look. Bingo, bingo, blingo. Existing conditioned. Existing garage. Existing unconditioned. And really we've got that thing back here also, which I did not model, but probably should. Let's throw, let's see here, area existing by area name. This is not what's in the other one. So frustrating. There we go. Oh, come on. All right. Let's get. Oh, hey, how did I miss that? A new follow, but it didn't show up on my stream here. Thank you so much for that, Atelaba. Let's see. Nope, it just straight up doesn't say it. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing or following. Really appreciate that. Let's make a new area plan. We're going to make that gross first floor. And what's going to be really interesting about this is as I go through the different design options, how am I going to deal with that? Is really what that comes down to. Design options, turn that off. And then let's turn this to the one that we're kind of dealing with right now, which is that nice and simple one. Oh no. Oh well. All right. Of course not. No, I want to finish this before you make me save. I think after this I'm going to hop off, take care of a few more things throughout the day. and probably be back later this evening to finish this one up. New condition, new unconditioned. Actually, this is incorrect. This should go here. Appreciate you sticking around and watching. New garage. Why does Revit insist on having these ugly colors? What? Alright, let's throw this on here. And then I also need one for the second floor. For crying out loud. Jeez. Get some approximates in here and then be done with it for now. Throw a color fill legend on here. Right, let's see what. All right. Not done, but progress has been made. No. this back on the sheet. Why? Oh. I'll come back and clean that up later. But there we go. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it and want to see the next time we stream, feel free to follow or subscribe. And until next time, hope you have a good one.